What is going on? What is going on? Welcome. Cleveland Terry Show on a very late Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. I got to do some couple of things here and fix some aim and framing. There we go. And let's dim this a little bit. You get a little too bright sometimes, buddy. Your ego gets the best of you. That's better. There we go. Oh, almost forgot this guy. Okay, there we go. We have finished the background. So, hope everybody's doing fine. A lot of stuff has been happening over the last couple of days, right? Like a lot of stuff. I know I'm late to today, but sorry, I get a little busy. I get a lot busy lately, but we're still going to make this happen. Let's see here. There's some things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about my weekend. I want to talk about some new products that have come out, at least been announced. After this, there was one more thing. What was it? What was it that I wanted to talk about? Oh, well, I guess I'll remember later. Anyway, we got several people in here already. So thank you so much for always giving me the time. Select the stream. No current live streams. Refresh. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I guess the first thing we should probably talk about, if it even requires us to, Spotify for DJs. Now I remember. Hold on. Let me put that in there. Class. I'm going to grab my computer so we can bring some stuff up on screen here. So hold on for half a second. Okay. Hopefully this computer is charged. Hopefully. We shall see. Oh, it's not terrible. I was using it yesterday with the CDJ 3000Xs. But I have this new battery powered charging box that seems to be doing very well. You guys want to see what it is? Do you guys want to know what it is? I'll show you. I recommend it. It's fantastic. I will show you while people are waiting. See, we're going to do all this stuff now. I actually have a plan today, but hold on. Okay. So, I bought this Anker, I don't even know what they call it, 165 watt charging brick right here. I bought this guy, and 165, it has a USB-C, a USB-A, and then that's just for charging, and you can also use it for output. But more importantly, it also has this USB-C cable that you can use for power, and it has a retractable USB-C cord right here, like so. And when you're done, and it locks in place. This is powerful enough to charge anything and everything I have. So on the MacBook Pro 14, I can charge pretty much up to like 100% and still have like 40% left on this bay. So I take this guy everywhere, especially when I travel, because I can charge my iPad, my iPhone, my MacBook all on one. When I go to spaces where I DJ, I don't need to plug in anymore. Look, I don't need to look for or see where, okay, where's their plug? I can literally just use this. This will get me through an entire night. Just this guy. It is Anker. Yes. Anker, what does it say on the back here? Sorry. These are faraway glasses. 25,000 milliamps, 90 watt hours, and then the 165 watts on the side here. So it's good. It's good. You know, just peace of mind, you know, especially because I travel as much as I do, or at least I'm on the go as much as I do. I don't have to think about, okay, did I put my cord in? So for a lot of things, like I have like 7 MacBook Pro cords, okay, like actual boxes and adapters. I have so many of them, but I have one in my office. I got one here. I got one in each bag, and now I have this guy, which I originally bought for a couple of things. I bought it for my Steam Deck too. Just a lot of things. Anyway, I recommend this guy, and it's not too heavy. I thought when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's big. It's weighty. I might as well keep. It's not too heavy, and you can charge your stuff while charging this. So no complaints whatsoever. Okay. So a lot of stuff has happened over the, let's see those Mackie subs they sent you. I have to update the firmware. I think, did they come out today? I have not had time. I don't even know. Let's see here. Mackie. Yep, they came out today, which means I'm going to the office anyway today. So, which means I will probably do a review tonight. In all honesty, literally, I've just been too busy. Amazon, Philip, Amazon. Yeah, I've just been too busy. Like I said, for my weekend. So this weekend, I was in the Bay Area, we had a super big, bat mitzvah actually. And, let's see if we can pull this up. And that wasn't the big thing. So we had a super big, bat mitzvah, but we also had we had multiple events. We had events in town. So with the bat mitzvah, let's see, how many did we have this weekend? I lose count now. So this was a lighter day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 events, lighter Saturday. We had 1 on Friday, 6 on Saturday, and then that's it. Okay. So, here's the problem. We had the Bay Area event, and I'm going to send this over to myself so I can show you what it looks like. Okay. I know there are easier way. There we go. Okay. So in the Bay Area, we had it was like, I don't know, 250 people, I think, somewhere around there, 250. And I was doing the wall, running the wall all night. And then and then locally, we had another wall locally. And, we had somebody flake is the wrong word. Okay. So typically speaking, so we've been doing the walls for about, I don't know, a year now, maybe a little over a year. And I mean, you guys were here when we started talking about the walls. So, if anybody would know, you guys would know, but yeah, when we first bought the walls, it was March. Was it March of last year? I think it was March of last year. No, It had to be March of the previous year. Anyway, when we first started, we did like one wall in like 4 months, and then the season came back, and then we did like a wall every month. Now we're averaging, in general, I would say 3 to 4 walls a month, which is where we want it to be, which isn't the problem. It's not the problem that is 3 or 4 walls. The problem is that sometimes there's 2 walls on one day. And that's where the problem begins, because I've been running on the walls. I trained, I learned how to use Resolume. I learned how to build the walls. I'm still learning right now. That's the thing about the walls. You can learn forever, because you can do anything from like the most basic to like amazing, right? I am somewhere in between. I would say I'm like in the middle, like, because I don't mean like amazing, like visually. I just mean like amazing, the stuff that you can do with it. There's things that I haven't even touched yet that are available. So I so the guy that we typically use when we have the second wall, he's a great guy. He did my daughter's bat mitzvah because I wanted to party and didn't want my daughter to run it. Anyway, to make a long story short, so I had already booked him 2 months ago. I'd already booked him. And then last week on Monday, he was like, hey man, I just want to let you know, my guy flaked out on me. So I'm looking for another person. Now, in the meantime, I've been training my daughter. She's 27 years old. I've been training my daughter to do the walls. And look, when it's all said and done, I will tell you this, just like I will tell you this about DJs. This is going to be controversial, okay? But my data supports it. Just from like outside observations, I truly believe that DJs, I truly believe that female DJs are better curators of music than guys, just in general. If you put a guy DJ that's learning to DJ and you put a girl DJ, right? And you let them grow from that year, the guy might be better technically, potentially, but the girl musically, she's going to blow him out of the water every time. Now, obviously there's some outliers, some anomalies, but I'm just telling you what I've experienced, especially being a multi-op with the amount of people that I have. It's just the way it is. It's just different. So the same thing applies to visuals. Like a lot of the VJs that do walls, even outside of what we do, they're female. Their eye is just better. They see things differently. Like I've trained my eye to see more like, just the feminine qualities. What's a woman going to see when she walks in this room? What's a woman going to think when she sees this light here or this shooting here? Because the guys don't care. Guys don't care. We walk in, we're like, that's fine. That's cool. Whatever. Girls are like, you know what? But it's kind of hitting me in my right temple. And I don't like you have to think like a woman. Everybody says it. Jason Craig, you got to DJ for women. Don't DJ for men. DJ for women. You DJ for women, you will get the men. You DJ for men, no guarantees. Go after the women. So I've been training my daughter to do this, and right off the bat, I could tell she, the first time she just watched me. Second time, I think I had her go on for 20 minutes or so. And the same thing with the following day. Then the next week, I'm like, okay, you're going to do this whole thing. You're not going to set up the wall or anything, but you are going to just, run the wall. And so she did the wall, it was like 2 weeks ago. And I didn't have to tell her to do anything. I'm like, this is yours. Just do it. And she killed it, right? So, but again, she wasn't supposed to be alone because she's never built a wall. She's never run data cords to the wall. She's never connected the processor and all the peripherals that we use for the wall. Like she didn't do any of that stuff. So when the guy was like, oh, wait, I can't do it, but I'll find a guy for you. I'm like, you know what? She's gotta sink or swim at some point. So we'll handle it, but we will need to borrow your processor. So he sent us his processor. And then for the entire week, even on Thursday, I told you guys about this on Thursday, but Thursday after the show, I spent the remaining 1 o'clock until 11 o'clock at night at the office. First was just loading up my system for Friday because the DJs were going to take the truck on Friday up to the bay. So I needed my system loaded. The next one was, my guy was late. So we couldn't rent one of the trucks. So we ended up renting the other truck on Friday. So Thursday night, she's supposed to come by to basically do a setup. Like, come in here. You're not worried about the wall. I had a couple of panels up. Just plug everything in. Here's your booth. This is what it looks like. Plug everything in and get it going. That's all I want you to do. That's it. And so we spent, a good 3 to 4 hours on Friday night because she couldn't come on Thursday. Just getting it done. So I went home at like 11:30. Now just remember this. I had 2 walls. So I set up her stuff on Thursday. So on Friday night, when I have a 7 a.m. flight to catch, I am working on my own wall because I was focused on making sure she could be successful. And so I did as much as I could. I was like, I'm tired. I can't do any more. I went to bed, got up, got on my flight. Everything was pretty easy as far as all that stuff is concerned. So I get there. I fly into Oakland. And then our party was in San Rafael. So it took like another 45 minutes after landing to get there. So I get there. My guys are there. The trussing is up, but there's no wall built. And I told them specifically not to build the wall yet because obviously, over time your walls get damaged. So, you'll get a dead pixel here and there. And then you have to really make sure that you don't have pixels together. You know what I mean? So, remember each panel, you're connecting like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay. Legos. And you might have one panel here. Okay. You have a dead pixel up in the corner. Usually the pixels, if they do fail, usually speaking, they're going to fail on the edges because the edges are what receives the most friction. Okay. You're connecting them, you're moving them, you're pulling them back and forth. So yeah, if you're going to damage something, it's usually right around the edges, but there's tricks of the trade. Okay. You do it long enough, you start to understand, how it works because you're never going to have like a perfect panel set. You're going to have some dead pixels. The trick is not to have too many dead pixels all in the same place until you can get them repaired. So if you have a panel, and let's say that this right here is your corner. No, sorry, this one is your corner. There's a dead pixel here. Okay. You're not going to grab another panel with a dead pixel here. Okay. So then when you connect them, now you have multiple dead pixels. You're going to put this panel, farther away. Or if all your dead pixels are on the edge, okay, you're probably going to put this panel at the edge of the wall. Because if there's dead pixels on the edge, nobody will ever see those. Okay. There's dead pixels on the bottom. You set those dead pixels up on the base. That is basically right above the wall. No dead pixels. If it's on the top, again, same thing. So you learn the tricks of the trade, right? And so we were going a little slower. I said, I want to make sure this was a very high-end client. I need to make sure that I have everything I need, and it looks as clean as it's going to be. Okay. So we got our wall up, relatively easy, just a little slower than normal. And then we had to test it. I had to rewire it this time because the walls, there's a maximum panel to panel data connection, just like there's a maximum, power con to power con power connection. So there is a maximum. Now, do I feel like what they consider the maximum based upon your pixels and your panels to be a little conservative? Yes. They're basically saying that, in any situation, most of the time, the most connections with data you should make are like 8 panels. Okay. Now, I tell you this because for the past year and a half, I've been running data cables for 10 panels, and I did not read that little part in there. So 10 panels going all the way across. So I can make my data runs easy. I start on one side, I go all the way to the end. Most of the time we're running, a 7 by 16 or a 10 by 16 wall. So that makes it easier. Okay. All the way across data panel, just 3 ports. And then I'm looking, before when I'm setting her up, because I'm like, okay, we need to look at this. We need to learn this. It's at 8. I'm like, we've been running 10 the whole time. I'm not going to stress over this. We're going to run 10. Okay. So, and I didn't want to confuse her. Now, having said that, on my next panels, when I was in the bay, because my wall was 18 feet, I was a little more concerned. I believe that 10 panels is the maximum because I'll explain why. So we were running the data connections, and first I'm like, just run them all so we can check the panels. All right. They ran them all. I'm like, okay, it's fine. We had discolored panels because I had to just reprocess real quick and then just, get them back to the same. So I ran my RGX file, whatever. And then it made them even again. But then I'm looking over to the edge and I'm seeing some discolored panels all of a sudden. Never saw that before. It's my first time seeing that. Some discolored panels. And then I run the reflash again. It goes away. Then it comes back. I'm like, I found the limit. The limit for us was 12. 12 panels across, because at 10, I never received any data confusion. But 11 and 12, now it's bigger. So I had to run another data port, for the remaining, 9 panels. Long story short, you learn as you go is what I'm saying. Okay. So my daughter was doing the other wall. I had some trusted people building the wall, so I wasn't worried about that. Like I said, I kept the data normal, so I wasn't worried about that. And then, but I was worried about her like plugging in. It was outside. We had to bring the generator because I wasn't sure about their power, even though they told me, oh no, we just rebuilt the entire backyard. We have plenty of power, not a problem. So I'm like, plug into them, see how it goes. Everything was fine. I texted her at like, 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, like, hey, how's everything? Panels look good. I'm like, okay, they were outside. I'm like, bring it up to like, 50%, 50 to 60%. We normally run around 40%. But you're outside, so they need to be brighter. And then I'm like, test the montage, make sure it works. Everything's fine. She's all good. She's working. I'm working. Not a problem. I think it was about 9:30, 9:45. And they were at home too. I should have prefaced with that. They were at home. I get a frantic call, right? Oh my God, the wall is down. I don't know what to do. I think my computer's frozen. I think this is going on. And I'm working, but I'm working the wall, but I'm like, I can step away for a minute. And I'm just like, okay, calm down. Calm down. I need you to calm down. I need you to tell me exactly what the problem is. Okay. The wall's down. I think my computer's frozen and I might have hit something. Okay. All right. Do you see anything on the confidence monitor? Yeah. I said, okay, your computer's frozen. Okay. Well, restart your computer. And then, find the guy who's built the wall. She goes, okay. She hangs up. Then she texts me, oh, Isaiah called Eder, So he's working on it, and the power was out. The circuit blew. So he's running the power to the generator. He's just moving it over. Okay, no problem. So then she calls back. She said, okay, I think everything's fine again. We're good. The wall was out. And I said, you didn't look at the actual panels to see if the lights were blinking? And I knew it. I knew. She panicked. She freaked out, which, by the way, I do want to say, in any situation, if you're just DJing or if you're running walls or technical stuff, failure points are good. It's not a rant. This is not a rant. I am literally talking about, it's not a rant, Kylie. This is me expressing a situation that occurred. So maybe when you guys start doing these things, you can see that these problems happen. Anyway, so like I was saying, failure points are important. They're really, really important. Screwing up on an event is important. I know nobody wants to, but the reality is you have to. You have to see that, oh my God, I screwed up, but guess what? I fixed it. I brought everything back. It's not the end of the world. Nobody yelled at me. Life didn't stop. Okay? That's what I'm saying here. You know, we've all had situations where it's like, oh my God. And you're thinking they're going to ask for money back. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Sometimes things happen. And how you deal with that stress is just as important as the problem that happens. So she had never dealt with the stress before. She had never seen this. So after that, now when it happens, she will go, let me look at the wall. Let me do this. Let me do that. Not just panic and like freeze up. Okay. You know, we got it fixed. That's the issue. Things happen. They are live events. Live events happen. So our wall, why are they all the exact same? Okay, well, I didn't guess the other ones didn't come through. So our wall was like that. Yes, I ran the EV90s for I was gonna say 900 people. I ran the EVs for 200 and I think it was 230 people for that wall. And for the speakers. And look, I'm gonna say this. I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. These EVs hit. They hit. I can't express just how good they've been for me. Because they're convenient. And I say that because they're convenient and because, you know, obviously, you know, there are better choices. It's not a crip event. It's, they liked, they made it like a camp. So it was like camp stuff. So they like tie dye and bandanas. And so, yes, it was, that was a bandana with their logo. Okay. So, anyway, it went well. No issues. I flew home the following day. I do not drive up. My crew drives up. It is a owner perk, even though my partner does ride up, but I'm like, I'm not going to sit in the truck and drive. I'm not spending 6-7 hours driving. So I fly up, do the party. Usually I stay in my partner's room, that night. And then I woke up, they were already gone. They looked like 7:00. Then my flight was at noon. So I flew out of San Jose. Anyway. Okay. So that was that part. I would never call that a rant. How dare you? Okay. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about today? Oh, yeah. So, we can talk about Spotify. We can talk about it. I don't think there's anything I don't think it's all that big of a deal. I mean, I think in the past when we didn't have a lot of options for streaming, like Spotify was the only option. It was probably more impactful, but the only reason Spotify is back is because there's other companies that do it now, and they risk losing potential subscriptions because Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, BeatSource, there's too many options out there. So, and you gotta pay for something, and maybe you get rid of something. So Spotify, good, great. I'm glad you Spotify people have it now, but I don't think that I don't think it's a problem at all. I don't think there's a negative or a positive. I think it's just good. And let's see here, Spotify. Take me to the actual website, not my. And furthermore, I can't stand the way Spotify takes over your stuff. I've had this experience many times where I open up Spotify, do some stuff, close it, then I restart my computer and Spotify auto defaults. I then go into Spotify, I turn it off. Don't start when I start my computer. And it's like, okay. And then the next time I restart, it starts again. So I've always had this love-hate for Spotify. But see, yeah, it won't take me to the front page, which is very annoying. Did you hear about how bad a warm-up DJ did at Swedish House Mafia concert? No, I did not. I mean, you wanna tell me? I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know what makes Spotify controversial. I mean, I know there's some glitches in there. There's some things that aren't transferring over. I know that part, but like besides that, what's controversial about Spotify? I gotta assume did they at least raise their rate? Is there like a professional Spotify? Because I can't get on to the damn page. Does it require like a special version of it? Let's see, Spotify streaming recent. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get on. Hutch says the thing I like about it is when you use Shazam and it tags a song, it'll be in Spotify and the M for you from Crate Hackers is one way to use it. I mean, can't you do that with Apple Music also? Considering Apple Music owns Shazam, all that stuff goes into your crate too. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that it's not a good thing. I'm just trying to say they've been doing this. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. Here's my thing, says Jason Craig about Spotify to Serato. No locker. That's very important to me. There's no locker in any of them besides BeatSource. So are you mad at all the other ones too? Or just Spotify? Again, look, we're not all Mojacks here. Okay? We're not all Mojacks. So, Mojax is like diehard BeatSource guy, obviously. But he uses that offline locker all the time. He does a lot of his DJing through BeatSource, and more power to him. But he's also not doing, a lot of private events. For people who do a lot of private events, I can't trust the locker. I appreciate the locker. Okay. And I will use the locker, but I won't trust the locker. But that's just my own things. I want to make sure that if I go someplace and I don't know what the internet is, I don't know about any type of like software validations. When I get there, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not saying people should not use BeatSource. I've not seen it at all. BeatSource has great stuff, especially with all their club killers and all these, exclusive remixes. Like it's a great thing. But I'm not putting all my stock in it. That's my only issue. Okay. So for me, streaming services are supplements, which means I don't need to have them downloaded to my computer. If I need to use Apple Music, I just pop it in. I mean, we're all still suffering from the same thing, and that is you can't record internally with any of them. So it kind of screws everything up for me. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, let me record this mix. I haven't done a mix in a while. Let me record it. Start recording it. Somebody's like, hey man, do you have this? And you start to search and you're like, oh, I don't have it. Hold on. Oh shit. I can't stream it. Now you have to make a choice. Do you play their song or do you stop your recording? Yes, I know there are options. They got external things. They got external recorders. I could do some other things like buy the song or, all the options that are available to you. I could do any of those things. But sometimes I'm just like, no, I don't want to. I just want it. I want to be able to record my set. It's the roadblock that the music industry gives you. You can't stream and record is got to be one of the dumbest things that they've ever done. It's dumb. It's just dumb because there are so many ways around them that they're not actually proving anything. So it's just dumb. Anyway. Okay. As long as the mix is hot, the customer will know any difference. We gotta stop. Is it 129? When's my next call? Join now. How do I have a 1:30 call? Oh my God, guys. My schedule says 2:15. Where'd this 1:30 call sneak in from? I don't even see it on my books. Calendly. No, that says 3:30. My first call says 2:15. All right, I'm going to check one more thing. Refresh Google. Yeah, I don't see anything, so I don't believe it. Take it live. You are out of your goddamn mind. Anyway, did you see my comment about ChatGPT? What are your thoughts on using it as a tool to build a framework for a night and event? Yeah, I mean, that works. That works. I don't have a problem with ChatGPT at all. I don't. I think a lot of the things that it has in it are great for our business. I knew a guy that does that. He creates a schedule, and for the most part, I did a test on one with the schedule, and it worked. I mean, there were some things I still needed to tweak, but as far as getting you like an easy roadmap, I think it's great. Now there's too many people that are using ChatGPT as like the end all, and that's my only problem. I pulled up ChatGPT and this is what it said. They're prone to hallucinations. They're not always right. So if you're going to use that as your like main way to debate somebody, I would say, you might want to do your own research too. But it's a great, great tool. I know there's some people that are using it to make mixes or to bring the top. I don't believe any of that stuff because I think everything is based upon region. It's based upon region. So, music that ChatGPT says might be good may not apply to where you are. So anyway, there's that. Okay. Oh, I know. Some DJs are exceptionally lazy. I had an event. I had an event. It was multiple days for a corporate, and I kept coming back, but every day there was a whole new group of people. So, but the people that were at the venue, like the waiters and bartenders and everything, they're like, so, this is a new group. What are you going to play? What are you going to play? And I'm sitting there like, I don't know. I won't know until I see all these people. Well, what are you going to do for this one? I'll let you know when they come. And it's just That's the only way to work. You know, first day was just like regular local LA people. Next day or the next week, whatever, was like Latin community. So first day I was playing, you know, a little bit of everything. Second day I was playing mostly Latin music, a little bit of 80s. And then the last one, it was international, and they were like, and the Latin was international too, but like they were like, there was a huge section of Indians, and not, you know, not Native Americans, but actual Indians. And I looked down and I'm like, oh, okay. So I heat checked them, right? Beware of the boys. Here you go. Let's see how far they go. And they heard that song and they ran to the floor and started doing their, you know, their thing, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Now I had a couple that was sent to me a couple years ago from some DJ. I can't remember his name. But but I told him I had done a bat mitzvah and there was a huge Indian. He's like, oh, I got some music for you. So he sent me all this music. It's been in my playlist, in my crates for a couple of years now, and I've never touched it. So when I saw the Indians, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to play like brand new hot stuff because I'm not familiar with what they're listening to. But if I can just keep this energy going, then we're good. So I go, first off, I couldn't find the damn folder. This is where I'm going to rant right now. I'm in DJ, okay? And for whatever reason, I just knew when I first started using DJ that there was a search in the crates. Obviously, there's no search in the crates. Serato has a search in the crates. And I am sick and tired of not being able to search my crates. That's probably one, if not the biggest thing. Like, I will let go of multiple streaming services, but the fact that I can't search my crates is really getting on my nerves now. So with Serato, even though they haven't come out with it yet, it's not out of beta yet. That could be a reason that I moved back to Serato. And I told Angelo, I'm like, hey man, you just put the search in here. Like, yeah, that's all you need. You do everything else. Just put the search in here, and nobody's going to go to Serato that's on DJ. But my God, when I tell you, it took me at least 3 songs to find the crate because I'm going through click. Okay, it's under a tree. Okay, click. I move past it. I go back up. I don't see it. Finally, I find it 3 songs later. So I had to go from like Indian. I think I went from like Beware the Boys, and then there were some Latins there. So then I went to like Gasolina, you know, same kind of, you know, you get what I'm saying, guys. Anyway, then I finally found it. I mean, search the crates. I mean, I say, show me my Indian crate. Show me my 2000s EDM crate. You know, show me my girl sing-along folder crate. That's what I want. Because had I been able to find it, Indian pops right up. It would have been seamless. But it wasn't. Not the big of a deal. It's fine. But my point is, they all need it. Search for a crate named Crate. Just a small DJ review. As in the Serato DJ beta, yeah. And I think Rekordbox does it too. I think Rekordbox, you can search your crates now. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually shocked, to be honest with you. I'm more shocked that Spotify didn't do an exclusive with Serato. Serato usually gets those exclusives, but they didn't this time. I'm glad that they went everywhere. I love the beta of Serato. I'm not even touching the beta, in all honesty, because it'll just annoy me. Show in Finder. There's so many things that it could be done. Yeah, I get it. You know, but Besides that, but Show and Finder doesn't help you. Show and Finder only helps you find your music. You have to know exactly what your crate is called in order to find that. And even then, I mean, the crates are typically named, weird things, but, and I don't really trust Show and Finder too. Anyway, it's not that I don't trust it, but I don't want a song to be, there's a lot of things that you can do. I've taken a lot of time to cleaning it up and having my music in one little folder, everything. Like, it's just, I don't want to mess that up. But every so often, whatever. I mean, I pulled something into Serato that I never pulled into DJ. So yes, I'll be searching for both of them because I just assumed maybe I didn't port over the Indian playlist, and that's why it wasn't there. But it was there. I just couldn't see it. Just crate search. Anyway. Do I think Rain will release new functions for the Rain Performer? Sure. I don't see a reason why not. Yeah, Rain is really good about making updates. No, Show and Finder's fine. I'm not saying Show and Finder doesn't work. I'm just saying that I'd rather not have to go outside of my software when all I need to do is find the crate. Like, seriously, just show me my crate. Or just show me my crate. Let's not make this more complicated than it needs to be. Show me my crate. Okay. Let's see what else. Let me see if I got an email saying, why haven't you called me yet? Let me see. Yeah, see? No email. I'm going to make sure that Apple's platinum. Can you just tell me our package includes DJ booth and dance for lighting? Some people ask the dumbest stuff. To ask me if my package includes a DJ booth and dance floor lighting, which is like the standard on every package, is crazy. Anyway. Okay, so put that back there. And who's playing tonight? It's Thursday, right? Who's playing NFL tonight?
The Seahawks meet the Cardinals at 17:15.
Oh, okay. I mean, that doesn't sound like the most amazing thing. But whatever. Okay, we're going to move on. We're moving on today. We're flying through stuff. You got another, 20 minutes. We are going to talk about why don't you come up on your own? Fine, we'll use that. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm not bringing that up. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. By the way, that used to be Jeff. Jeff's no longer there. I don't know if they fired him or if he quit, but Jeff Short used to be that guy. Their website is terrible. Always. It's always terrible. I said, show me new stuff, and it's not even on the new stuff. That's trash. That's trash. Okay. Flex stand. Fine. I'll go the other way. Okay. I DJ now. We'll go Zounds. That's one of my people. Nope, that's the old one. You see how this shouldn't be this hard? This should not be this hard to find. Anyway, I was going to show you what they look like, but nobody wants to give me any pictures. I mean, that's the closest one, which is trash. But to make a long story short, the new flex stands, which I do love, I think they make really good flex stands, but now they have the ILS ones and they have a light bar built into them. Now, my only issue with them, and they do have different heights, they can get up there pretty high, in all honesty. But the only issue I have, that's all you're giving me? Really? That's all you're giving me? The only issue I have is this. This is the only issue I have right here. So this is your base. Okay. So if you're looking at it, I don't know if there's an easier way to see it. Okay. So if you're looking at it right here, this is where your connectors are. Okay. And more power to it. I mean, you know, you got your XLRs and your power, but we all know that if you have a mover up here or a wash or whatever, now you have to run a cord all the way down to the bottom instead of just having an output right here. I mean, shit, you could almost run a parallel output right here. So that's my only issue with it. And they're a little pricey. I'm not going to lie to you, but I have no complaints about this stand. It looks like it's going to be good. I don't know how much more weight it's going to add. But that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Now, price wise, at $500, I get it because it's kind of like it's a hybrid. So, but yes, and I think that's 500 per, not for the set. It'd be great if it was for the set. That'd be amazing. Okay, and while you're spending money, I mean, you can always just get yourself a Rain 1 MK2, CDJ 3000, strangely enough. Besides the flex stand, it's really sad when you look at stuff, you're like, I have everything that's in this screen. Including the 3000s, which I do like. I mean, obviously, first touches in a while since I've used CDJs, especially CDJ 3000s, because a lot of people, you know, they'll have CDJ 2000s, etc. So far they're amazing. The 3000s are amazing so far. I mean, I understand why people have kind of moved away from turntables for CDJs. First off, they're lighter. And you know, they're less prone to shock and movement. Did you see Mac? He got some new subs. Yep, I have them. I just haven't reviewed them yet. I will probably try to review them tonight when I'm at the studio. But I mean, okay, how do I say this? They are fine. I think they're going to make a really good cocktail speaker. I don't know that I'm never using them for a party. Okay. I mean, I guess that's what I should say. I'm never using them as like my main speakers for a party. But if I'm doing a cocktail party, I'm in the backyard doing a pool party, you know, if I just need a cocktail speakers for like a large amount of people, those are absolutely great with the Mackie Thumb Goes. They really are. Yeah. But yeah, they're actually, the sound coming out of them is more impressive than I thought, in all honesty. I brought them to a school dance once, and we were just playing, not school dance. It was like a back to school thing. So I knew that I had time. You know, I didn't have to worry about really pushing out like a lot of sound. So I just brought them up, set them up. And yeah, when I shot them outside, because we were outside, just disappeared. The bass was gone to the point where I'm like, are they even on? You know, but then I got them back to the studio and I just, you know, rewired them and everything. And they sound good. They sound good for a cocktail speaker. For a cocktail speaker. And because you can literally set your poles right onto the sub, it becomes its own little stand, like a flex stand. I don't have a problem with it. And they're light and they're battery powered. Battery powered is the key here. You know, if you wanted better sound for your cocktail area, those work really, really well. Okay. I'm just reviewing everything today. All right, let's see here. I talked about Spotify. I talked about the walls. Talked about the flex stand. What else did I want to talk about? I did want to talk about would work for a local 5K run event, short time events. I mean, I would not get that specific, J Blades, but yeah, they would absolutely work. Anyway, do you think Reloop releasing the RP7s, DJs will want to use turntables more since they are smaller and lighter? You want to know my truthful answer? My truthful answer is I don't think the majority of DJs care. That's my truthful answer. Now, I could be 100% wrong. Okay? And I like them. They look like cool little devices. But I don't think the majority cares. The masses, when it's all said and done, okay? Look, I know people don't want to hear this, all right? But the masses are not buying turntables as their first thing anymore, all right? They want turntables, they get a Rain 1, they get a Ref 7, okay? If they want turntables, if they think they really want to get turntables, they'll get crosses, they'll get, they'll get the 12s, okay? They'll get all those things, but people are just, they've moved on. Now, people can appreciate the spectacle that is a good turntable DJ, all right? You know, Scratch Bastard, that's all he requests in his riders. I know because I've done some things for him or potentially done some things for him. And he's like, this is my rider. It's always turntables. It's never a time when it's not turntables. Okay. But he is an oddity. Okay. Him. Who else uses turntables? I mean, everybody does, but you get what I'm saying. Like those people are very specific to turntables, but your average person that's just coming in to learn, they do not care about turntables. I personally prefer turntables if I can, but if they don't, I will absolutely use some CDJs. You know, the resolution, the reaction from them is impressive. Is impressive. It really is. Okay, but like, yeah, you know, 45 people, the Mojaxes, they're absolutely gonna love them, but it is a niche product. Niche, and it's how can you convince some new DJ that they even want to use turntables when everywhere they go, people are on CDJs? Everywhere, every reel, every video, for the most part, on CDJs. And if they are looking at a scratch DJ, some are good, a lot are terrible. So if I was new to something and I'm looking at stuff, you know, I'm like, oh, that's what it sounds like. What's all that noise? Anyway, so I like them, but I don't think I need them. And if I did get them, they would just sit off to the side. You know, because they're still not a small mixer that I would consider good enough to, you know, anyway, there's a lot of things. Yes, Johnny. DJ, oh my. This is absolutely the truth. Every place I go to. S11, S7. And when I have an S9, I'm so angry. I'm so done with using S9s in clubs. I'm so done. When I see an S9, I'm like, I'm just going to get my Rev 7. I'd rather just use that. Because the S9 is so limited in what it can do now that it's annoying when I see them in clubs. I I saw something on Facebook about a new Roland product, possibly a controller. I mean, possibly, but I have a hard time believing Roland wants to do anything DJ related. I think they did their thing, and now they're like, okay, we don't need to do this anymore. It's not as profitable as we thought. But maybe, I mean, like, look, I would love to say I know everything. I was right about the Rain 1 MK2 price increase. I didn't think I was going to be right that fast. I really didn't think I was going to be right that fast. But my God, did they increase that price with the quickness? There was a rumor too. I mean, I thought they pulled out Mixmaster. In all honesty, I had not seen a product from Roland in years. So I thought they were done. But, I mean, look, what I will say here is this. Twig Music Tips in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. I mean, this is what I will say about Roland, or anybody. Okay. Because I don't know if you guys have spotted the writing on the wall, but, all of your favorite companies, like all of them, are being purchased by investment firms. All of them. So who's to say what's actually going to happen in the future? Because every single one of them is getting bought out. Who knows what we're even going to look like in a few years? I always get concerned when companies go public or they do sell to this thing. Would I mind scrolling up? Repost it. I can't scroll up. I can't do it. I don't have time. Just repost it or just put it out again. But I'll look in a minute. Don't repost it. I can search. Hey, look, I can search on here. I can't search in Serato in my crates, but I can search on here. Roland 808s were cool. The production stuff, I grew up on that production stuff, all that Roland stuff, and I loved it. Loved it. But, it's not the same now. The industry is not the same. It's how much can you do when there's like 3 companies that own everything? Everybody's going venture capital now. And I feel like, every company that sells, they're always doing the same thing. Look, we're just selling because they're going to give us an influx of cash to allow us to do these things and to allow us to grow and to do all this stuff. This is the typical, business 101 thing. And then they stop growing. Okay. Something happens. They fall out of favor. Something new comes on. And then maybe their products aren't selling as well. Those firms have 2 choices: either cut their cost or sell to another company. Okay. That's it. So when you cut your cost, that means, look, the businesses in the world have been doing this forever. That's why we have so many, layoffs and hires. Hey, our profits are down this quarter. Okay. Fire 5,000 people. Hey, look, we're profitable this quarter. And then next quarter, they hire them back. That's just where we are right now. And everybody's looking for the quick buck. If they're looking for the quick buck, I just had a corporate event just recently, and I thought this company was never going to sell. And they're like, oh yeah, we just sold to this company. I'm like, really? I thought you guys were doing well. We are. But we want to go public again. Why do you want to go public so bad? Anyway, I could talk about that all day. I hope Twig Music Tips is doing well. I have been less than available to my guys because we've been so busy. So I appreciate him for understanding that it's not personal. Maybe it is a little personal with him, but it's not personal. And I know he understands that. Let's see. Don Rafa. How do I search for Don Rafa? Include names and times when filtering. There we go. Okay. Oh no. Don Rafa, it's gone. Repost it. Sorry, this is the last one. The last one, buddy. I should have tagged it. My bad. I can probably go up to the old ones, maybe. It's not looking like it. It's acting stupid. Okay. Let's see what else I want to talk about today. One more thing. Oh, anybody getting Meta Glass? This is the first time I looked at Meta Glass. Meta Glass, what is it? Metal Glass Display or something like that. It's the first time that I've seen a product that I was like, okay, I kind of want those. Missed call. That looks very, very impressive. I might buy those. Maybe. We'll see. It's always going to get better, Jay Blades. I mean, that's how technology works. If you wait forever, you might be waiting forever. But at a certain point, you have to go, okay, either I'm going to do it or I'm not. The first metas, I was like, not good enough. But this one's close. This one's close. But yeah, technology always improves. Nothing you can do about that. He's about to go IPO. I'm not going IPO for Check 1 2. Would you sell your show? Says Speak Music Tips. I mean, nobody's buying my show. But let's just say, for instance, I got that big and somebody's like, we want to, I mean, you can't, we want to syndicate you. We want to take your stuff. So we're going to take the rights and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I guess it depends on how good the money is, but I don't really do this one for money. So we'll see. DJ Pro needs search create playlist. Hi, Mac. Did you just disappear somewhere and then come back? Because talked about that a while ago. Everybody who purchased Metaglass is super disappointed. Great marketing though. Yes, I'm not talking about the old ones. I'm talking about the new ones. You haven't seen the new ones yet? The new ones look impressive. Hold on. Meta Air Glasses Gen 2. Let's see if they show. Yeah, Meta Ray Band display. Let's see if they show anything in here. They're gonna give me any AI glasses. There we go. So these are the new ones. They have a display in here. There's a band that attaches that allows you to write things out. I mean, they look like the glasses I'm wearing right now. I'm not saying that they're going to be the best things ever. I'm just saying I am not it's the first time I haven't been disappointed in them. That's what I'm going to say. So we'll see. I mean, the review comes out probably today or tomorrow. I think they're coming out. So we'll see. We'll see how they go. Battery life. The battery life is supposed to be 8 hours on the new ones. And they have a rechargeable case. Like I said, I think they've thought about like all the things that were wrong with the other one, and tried to enhance this new model. Now, I think the camera might still be the same, which is a problem because that means low light is still trash. But I'm not mad at them. All right, let's see here. Don Rafa says, all right, Don Rafa, do you have stipulations in your contract for mic drops? Hopefully that never happens. How do you handle someone damaging your stuff who pays? Just curious. Well, I don't have any specific stipulations about mic drops, but our we have legalese in the contract that basically states if something is, if you break something, it's your responsibility we will recover the cost from you. I think that's kind of a given. And if I had a client throw a mic down, never warned me, never said anything on a hard surface. And he literally was like, I pay for it, right? I'm like, no, I don't have to know this. You signed a contract that said you would. So, yeah, but I don't have something specific for mic drops. I don't experience that much. Every so often somebody's a dummy and you're like, hey, and then they don't do it anymore. We need to storm algorithm with picket signs. We want great search. I think it's just a matter of time. I don't think we really need to tell them anything. Venues in the Netherlands that forbid visitors to wear made glasses. I understand that. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Hey man, I wear the frames that work for me. What are you gonna do? Ray-Ban's a classic. It's a classic design. So we'll see. You can't search subfolders. Okay, but the real interesting ones are due next year. Well, yes and no, because they're saying that they won't be able to do those because they're too expensive. So we're gonna have to see. They're just too expensive for like the average person. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway. All right, let's see here. We got 5 minutes and then I got to go because I have to eat something before my first call today, which is at 2:15. I do want to one more thing. Let me go grab it. Let me grab it real quick. Hey, how's it going? Oh, thank you for answering the door. You guys available on July 1st? Yeah, we're available. Do you have a brochure I can take a look at? Here you go. This all looks good. Can you send me out a contract? Here's your contract. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, see here. Just go ahead and sign it and send it in your deposit. Okay. Are you gonna sign it? If you need to take some time, go ahead. Just send it in when you're ready. All right, thank you. Hey, sorry I took a little while, but I'm finally ready to sign the contract. So if you can just send me. Yeah, we are no longer available for that date. You're not available? Sorry. Well, can you recommend another DJ? There's no scratch sound in my mic. If you're hearing anything, you're hearing the chair behind me. But this mic is, you can't mess with this mic. Okay, so I did want to, I just need to talk about this thing for a second, okay? I'm not into just like, promoting stuff all the time, but I'm going to tell you, this guy right here, this record box SanDisk thumb drive, is one of the fastest drives I've ever used. One of the fastest drives I've ever used. I've been running speed tests with it. Yeah, it doesn't have the fastest write speed. Okay, it doesn't have, there's a fuzzy sound on the mic. I don't care. If there is, there is. I haven't changed anything in here. The audio looks good. Last time somebody asked me to increase it, it's been increased the same way for the past 4 weeks. So if you're hearing anything, it's probably, I hear the scratch every time Cleveland speaks. I haven't changed anything. So, and when I turn it down, people say it's not loud enough. I can't win with you guys. Hold on. Make me use these old ass headphones. Nope, can't use those because I'm missing my quarter inch. I'll just check it later on. I mean, how much can I care about it at 2:07 when we're literally about, yes, I always go through the ATM, when we're literally about to end the show. And now people are like, hey man, there's some scratchiness. Like how am I to care about this? I got to move on. It is what it is. So this particular, and it just started happening and I haven't changed anything, but you guys are saying, unless, hold on, we'll try one thing. Tell me if the sound goes away, if there's any scratchiness now, because the only thing I added to this is charging my MacBook. Whatever source of noise is coming before your noise gate. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyway, it doesn't have the fastest write speeds, because it doesn't need to, because it's designed to read from, you know, your CDJs or whatnot. It's getting like 900 megs. Like is it better now? Because the only thing I can think of is I had a USB charging my MacBook. So maybe that's the issue. So they're saying no, it's not better. See, this is why I don't care. So anyway, no, it's not the same. What's not the same? No, it's the same. Okay. So, that's okay, because I'm going to leave and then we won't have to hear me anymore this week. I'm not going to be here next week because it's Yom Kippur on Thursday, and we don't do anything as Jews on Yom Kippur. Hold on. There's no next streaming issues. We're going to test the Rolands and see if I hear anything. Two. You're talking about, I'm hearing a little static. Is that what we're talking about? Static? Yeah. I'm not sure where that's coming from. It's one of those things where it'd be nice if you guys would say something beforehand. Not wait 2 hours into it. Hold on, I'm just switching over sources here. Check. Yeah, there's some static. Two. I mean, it could be the road. You know, the static is obviously coming from something that is connected. So I'll remove it and then go from there. Restart it. We had a couple of power outages over the past day at the house. So, you know, it knocks down the computer and then you start it back up and it's weird. Anyway, back to this. I don't know what it cost. I'm not going to look right now because I am trying to leave. But I have been so impressed with this USB thumb drive. It's both USB-C, you know, and USB-A. It's fast. It's fast. Like impressively fast. Anyway, like it's faster than my T7. It's faster than my T7. It's not faster for writing, obviously, but it's faster than my T7. Oh, well, sure. Oh, is that why you're here at Tweak Music Tips? For a quid pro quo? Okay. There's a genre. You should have sent me some. You should have sent me some copy. Send me some copy next time. Then I can put it on there. Anyway, I'm one of the judges, I guess, on the on the genre blend battle. Hope it's not this coming Thursday. That's Yom Kippur. I hope you didn't do anything this Thursday. But I've been on the genre battles as a judge a couple of times now, and I'm going to tell you this: it's one of the best. It's one of the best shows out there to see DJs battling one another. It's been really eye-opening to see like just the quality of DJs that are out there. You know, some people surprise you even more, and it's just. And then I can give my take on what I feel, and you know, people respect it. You know, some of these people are way better than I'll ever be, but I can at least appreciate quality and when it's good. So, blend battle. Hopefully Tweak Music Tips will throw on there what days the blend battle is. If I believe it's probably Wednesday. I just don't know what Wednesday. So if you could post it on there, that would be amazing. And we will wait for Tweak Music to post it before we get off, because again, I do have my 2:15 call. So we'll wait for Tweak and then we'll go from there. But it's okay. Needs a fast write speed for doing ATM ISO. That I agree with. But even the write speed is around 700. Like this can do pretty much. I mean, this is fast enough. Hold on. All right, submissions. Tweak Music Tips. Submissions are due this Monday at midnight EST, and the first battle will be next Wednesday, October 1st. What day am I on? Do I know? What day is mine? Let me know. Tech Tool, DJ Tech Tool is the same USC. Yeah. So again, I'm not trying to say that there aren't any competing USB drives. I'm sure there are, but I'm just saying I got this thing and I plugged it in. I thought it was just going to be just solid. And then I dragged some files over and then moved. I was just like, what the hell? It just moved over, 4 gigs like it was nothing. It's a good drive. I keep this everywhere I go now. And obviously I don't, and this is how I know it's overkill for like the CDJ 3000s. Cause the one I've been using gets like 40 megs read and write. I think it's like write 29, read 49 or something like that. Like it's trash. And I haven't had a problem in any CDJ, but I use this for like moving files over. I had to move over a whole bunch of LED content, and that could be upwards of like, 100 gigs. I moved that over in no time with this thing. So anyway, I get that. Okay. I'll be on the week after for round 2. Can't wait to be there. It's always a great time. Let me make sure that I'm not somewhere crazy. No, we should be good. So, all right, y'all. 2:15 call. I got to run and then I got to pick up my daughter. I'm on dad duty today. I always have a great time with you guys, and hopefully you guys have a great time with me. You never know. Like I said before, this Thursday, I will not be on because it's Yom Kippur. That's the Day of Atonement. We don't do anything. We don't eat. We fast for the entire day, 24 hours. I'm considering doubling up and then doing a 48-hour fast or even a 36-hour fast, since I'm already doing it anyway. I'm contemplating it. We'll see. But I got to go. Enjoy your weekend. Have great parties. It's my wife's birthday, so I'm not working this weekend. I'm going to Disneyland because she loves Disneyland. So I'm going to pay the money and just go. But everybody else have great parties. And October is going to be a busy month for us. Anyway, all right, y'all. We'll see you soon. Peace out. Have a great day. All right, so let's see what this guy's got going on. God, I hate this guy. Oh, man. Let me just see.
So,
I hate his face. Dislike. Can't see anymore.